Hey everyone, this is Armored, and right now I was just covering the Region 1 war, and where you saw SSI were actually able to take out the tower of F4E, Friends Forever, but looks like they were not Friends Forever together because they were not holding on to their tower apparently together, right? But if you see 59E, these guys are actually right up to this point, right? So basically, as for the tail of the tape, let me define what is happening in the region right now. So you got SSI who are cornered like a tiger on the top left half of the map. And then they are getting pushed by LL67. Then you got ROK. In between you also have LM4S, but it seems like they are sandwiched somewhere in between. Looks like some building from LL67 are a little bit out of proportion, and that is why LM4S cannot actually push. And then you got the team IWRI, then you got 4KO, 59E of course, and then you got Friends Forever. So all of these alliances are exceptionally strong, and because of a lot of regions that were invaded by Mr. 1000 minus 143, so it looks like it has actually caught up to them, and they are public enemy number one right now in the fucking game, right? So Mr. Amethyst, he's sitting right at the edge, probably waiting to rally on something like that. And SSI is holding close to the towers and near the village 6. So they got started pushing back from around this place, village 7, and then they are now down to village 6. And Friends Forever, basically, they are trying to connect to this side. So now they have made their tower inside their own territory. So finally, some sense has prevailed from the Friends Forever, who are not Friends Forever. Hopefully, they are Friends Forever, but yeah. And then you can see Mr. Zero, you got Miss Coco. She got her tongue out. I believe she recently went to the dentist and got her teeth done as well. And then you got Mr. Ace, who is jumping around, similar to the manner Gumo was doing along with Ding Dong and a couple of other players, Mr. Rolex, in the previous island raid, where ROK ended up with a 1 versus 5. So today we are ending up with an epic battle where SSI are 1 versus 7 right now on the island raid map. So if you're looking for buying an account, here is a $500 account for sale from LL67. I am not the advertiser, but if you buy from him, make sure that you give me 10% commission. So here is LM4S. Basically, they're locked in. Not enough space, I believe, to actually be able to build up. I'm not sure why ROK is holding on. So you got Mr. Rogue, he's sitting very close as well. And of course, GGMX Met, Mr. Zeus, Little Iron Man. I'm not sure where the big Iron Man is, but the big Iron Man is of course really, really strong. Looks like he might have gone offline, so that is why he is not porting forward, right? So one thing is that SSI actually have to keep awake all night, because during the daytime they are probably gonna be getting hit by LL67. Then you got the LM4S and ROK, of course, the Asian teams. Then you got 4Q, the Japanese team, another Asian team. Then you got IWRI, primarily based off Mr. MX Met, who is from Russia, and a couple of other Russian players. So you can see this translation is also based off the Russian language. And then you got 59E. So most of the 59E players actually play from the Western times. And then you got F4E. So this is a Vietnam alliance. Basically, I think I can be wrong actually, but yeah, from what I remember. Wait a moment. So I'm not gonna confirm whether they are from Vietnam or not, but yeah, these guys are from South Asia. most of them actually. So we can see SSI is getting all a rainbow colored right now, plastered all over their bases, right? Incredible, incredible scenes. So you need Mr. Wozzies here as well. So looks like these guys are actually good to go. You got F4E building up, and then you of course got 59E who are gonna start pushing in very, very soon. And Mr. Ace is actually online, and he's sitting very, very next to the tower. Not sure where Mr. Genzo is. So Mr. Bees is also here. Amazing set of action, right? Finally, some action around the tower. We can see ROK is actually going ham alongside 59E, and they are going for the tower right now. You got... How many rallies are there? No, I cannot see. Maybe if I optimize low, but then you will not be able to see the skins, then you all are here just to see the skins. Or are you guys not? So Zero is holding on with an 8 and garrison in his tower. So the field domination from all the other teams is amazing, right? Even though you have a bunch of strong players in here, but no way, practically impossible, I believe, to hold on against such a strength, such strong whales. You got Mr. Borzak. Hello, Mr. Borzak. You got ponies and space launchers in your... Hey, yo, we got Grandpa with a big D, but at this age it becomes like a mushroom which you cannot sprout. So majority of SSI is already back inside. They have fought a lot. And I think they're done fighting, right? Maybe holding on to their resources for the upcoming Archipelago raid. And it does look like that during the Archipelago raid, they are gonna go crazy. Whether it is in terms of spending, whether it is in terms of taking their revenge on the teams. Maybe we can see a couple of region invasion in the next couple of days as well. But yeah, I think that this thing was long time coming with all the manipulation in the regions that were being invaded by SSI. So eventually it has caught up to them. So look at this beautiful, beautiful sight. One at one place you got SSI and all the other brilliant lines from all the other teams are here. So not sure why they are not rallying. Maybe they are waiting for this tower to burn up so they can... Two teams can then start rallying this, and maybe ROK goes for this. But for now they are holding on to whatever they have planned. Now the rally from Mr. Amethyst, it has started hitting the tower of Mr. Zero with his Aiden and Lewis garrison. Of course it is going to be an Aiden and Lewis garrison. Everybody loves that shit. Mega Bella is getting melted like butter on a hot knife. So the knife is not hot enough. Let me see what are the trades right now. So basic damage is around 2,800 for around 6,000 and 7,000. So this is a big damage difference. And here we got Mr. Ace. Mr. Ace is constantly coming out, trying to swarm the rally. But of course, Mr. Amethyst, what I actually know is that he is one of the strongest rider heroes in the game. And soon enough, I'm gonna do a video of Mr. Amethyst in which he is stating his love for the rider heroes and how he goes about playing his rider heroes. So I believe a lot of people will be interested in that. This is just an assumption, but coming to hear from someone who is so strong and especially rider based, and bulk of the players in this game are rider based. Either they are infantry or rider, right? Right. So if I have to differentiate between riders and infantry, I would say that almost 50% people are rider based, and then maybe 50% are infantry based. 30% I would classify as riders, and 20%, maybe 10 to 15% are snipers. People do not like to play snipers. The reason is that snipers are very, very costly. And then not only do they move very slow in the battlefield, and they actually get caught up really easily as well. Now, when I say they get caught up really easily as well, it is because of the fact a lot of people are actually primarily based on rider heroes. So this is one of the reasons sniper heroes are not attractive, and mostly it is just the whales who prefer playing with the sniper heroes. So Zero is getting absolutely demolished. Holy shit. Well done, Mr. Ramidis. You're doing God's work at this game right now. Maybe it will help prevent future invasions if they have some humbleness or humility, or maybe we are gonna see a spike in the number of invasions. And of course, the bulk of the wrath of SSI is actually gonna fall on a number of regions. They do not like to lose, but of course, since they are losing right now, it's absolutely getting smashed. When I say smashed, so if you see the point score, although they are on the top of kill rankings, but it is not a huge difference between all the other teams combined. These teams have coordinated so well so far. Look at them. Like the lines that are leading up to the location where SSI is currently pitched. It is definitely amazing, right? So the last time around, I believe it was SSI versus 59E in a 1 versus 1, or maybe 1 versus 2. There was another team. I think it was Oldie, yes. So in the last island raid, actually, SSI and Oldie ganged up on 59E. So 59E at that time, I did upload the video. So they were having the same might they are having right now, which is 17 billion. Now, if you compare it with SSI, they were having the same might at that time as well, which was 34 or maybe 35 billion. And on top of that, they had Oldie with an additional 13 billion might, and an incredibly strong player. What was his name? Yeah, Mr. Mooseman, their leader, their president, their king of Ratna. So here comes Mr. Dutchman all the way from Netherlands. He has joined us with an absolutely smashing pineapple cocktail for the missus. He's gonna have some fun tonight. Hey yo, look at these guys. Coming out, going in, fighting constantly. They're being very smart about the fact, like whichever team, whenever I see them fighting very close to their towers, especially when you got heroes like Ethan and Lewis in tower. So what it actually does is the fact that whenever Ethan or Lewis they spam their skills, so they are doing a lot of damage to all the squads that are fighting nearby. Now imagine getting hit by a tower with 20,000 troops. Holy hell. So they've been able to take out the ready. Great defense from SSI. Super sexy invaders. La Pupa. From DHX all the way to downtown, super sexy invaders. La Pupa, Mr. Bees. We got a yellow submarine in here as well. So this game has actually become a joke because when you have got submarines walking on land, and then you got a Rapidash from Pokemon. Look at this. And then you got a couple of ducks with insanely disfigured faces running around in the battlefield. But this effect is something which I actually really like. I do not have a skin, I do not have a March skin, I do not go for skins. Actually, I cannot go for them, but some of these are pretty well designed, especially this sword. This looks pretty dope. And then you got somebody licking the ice cream. What the fuck is this shit? Absolutely horrendous skill, bro. This skin is incredibly terrible. You got a titty hanging out, and on top of the titty you got ice cream cones. What the fuck, boys? Very good friend of Mr. James Bond 0007, and he is here with his Ethan and Bard, and obviously in the garrison we got Mr. Ace with his Boyd Warden using Miyamoto. Holy shit. So this looks pretty cool. At the same time, Mr. Zero is hitting right in between them. Nobody is hitting him. So finally they realize that he is sitting in the middle. So it was actually Miss Coco with the new teeth implants. Very, very white. Can be used in the commercial for new toothpaste. Bright and white toothpaste. So I'm not sure which clear is this. So I think the garrison is from Mr. Ace. Holy hell, this Boyd Warden is pretty damn strong. And here comes the counter rally from Mr. Zero. So they're gonna cancel it more than likely. Don't think that this rally can last, but look at these guys. They have started swarming it. Let me optimize slow for better understanding, but no. Even with the optimized low, we cannot understand what is going on, so it is better to keep watching in optimized mode, which is off, because it doesn't make sense whether the mode is optimized or not. Either way, they're doing a great job. Hello, Miss Diana. How are you today? Did you eat your breakfast? Or you are ready to eat your breakfast? Miss Camille, I think she ate her breakfast today with sausage and onions. One sausage, two onions, maybe, or maybe not. BD for sale. Hey, bro. You're selling your account. Special broadcast is brought to you by Special Teeth Whitening Cream, sponsored by Miss Coco. So what I actually know is that where is ROK? So ROK is actually waiting for their what do you want to say is that cement? Yeah, they cannot build any more towers because they have built almost across the map from the right side and up to the village 7, and then they have gone to the top half. As for 4KO, they're very far behind. Seems like not only they do not have the cement, seems like they want to just chill out, right? So seems like SSI actually pushed up to this point and then they started getting back. Last I saw actually yesterday, they had actually crossed the village 7 and they were crossed at this point, and 59E and then F4E and then it was IWRI. So they actually were able to connect last night, but not a lot of fight. But it seems like today in the morning or during the evening they have had a lot of fights between them, and then afterwards we are here in this particular situation. So the game does not look like that it can be returned, but yes, the prestige can be maintained, their aura can be maintained. Like, they have taken on 7 teams. This is obviously not a joke, but yeah, of course this is a big deal at the same time. So you have to give props to SSI for holding on, trying to hold on. But once these teams wake up, things are gonna be pretty different. After all, you're a human and human needs rest and clap some cheeks. This is most important, right? So when you go to clap cheek, you are probably gonna die. Maybe not die, but yeah, lose a bunch of stuff. But of course, if your stamina is only 1, 2, 3 over, then what can I say? The only thing I can say is thank you for watching, everybody. And what about your island raids? I hope that you all did not win. And if some of you actually won, then I believe the matchmaking is unfair right now. Because nobody can win this game except the super whales. And none of the super whales actually watch my videos. So thank you for watching once again, everybody.